Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel and to another video. Now, I'm going to be honest, out of all the autumnal sets I've done, I think this one is my absolute favourite this year. I really loved how it came out, but I'm going to let you be the judge of that. So if you'd like to see how I created this design, then please keep watching. So I am working on Liza, my red iguana hand, for this set, and I have applied the gem stiletto tips and kept them as their full stiletto length. Just gave it a clean over because dust fluff, you know. And we are going to start off with Crystal Clear from Gems Nail Systems. You'll probably notice I've kept that same routine in this video as I used in the last one of showing the products as I use them. I'm really confused about why I did this, but I just got to go with it. So, first things first, you know what I'm going to say. I'm doing my... Did you know I was going to say that? Because I didn't. I am doing my thin clear base. Trying to say it too quickly. My brain and my mouth are not working at the same speed. Anyways, I'm just doing my thin clear base and then we will get into the fun part, the design. So I have got Primrose. This is a really beautiful sparkly cover acrylic. I have also got Catherine, stunning sort of shimmery pink from last year's autumn collection, and from this year's autumn collection, Raven. It is a beautiful plummy sparkly colour. Tell you what, instead of me telling you how beautiful it is, you can see for yourself because I'm using it here on the index finger. I have applied it roughly where the base nail tip ends, and I am just pulling it right down to the very tip. I'm going to be doing an ombre. So it's a little bit marbly, this one, but we just sort of swirl the brush around and it mixes it up fine, so nothing to worry about. Could also have been me and I didn't shake the pot well enough, but it's a beautiful colour. I love it. It's so pretty. I was going to use it on my nails, but I did something different instead. On the middle finger, I am now using Catherine. How pretty are these two colours together? And I'm doing another ombre on here, but with Catherine at the tip. So I've started in the same place, going in with a slightly bigger bead now and just pulling it down, but I'm feathering it back as well. Flipping the brush, feathering it back. I don't really know why I feel I need to describe it because you can see it. But for those of you who are not watching and you're just listening to the sound of my voice because it puts you to sleep, that's what I'm doing. And then on the pinky, I'm doing the same again with Catherine. So starting where that base nail free edge finishes, blending it back ever so slightly, and then just painting the rest of the colour down the nail, keeping it nice and thin because I'm going to be doing A, an ombre, B, adding glitter. Now I'm going to go in with that beautiful Primrose. This has got sort of some pinky shardy glitter in it, or flakes. It's so pretty. So I've applied that at the cuticle and then I'm just sort of feathering it out down just over top of that colour. It doesn't have to be perfectly neat because I'm going to put a glitter swoosh, but also the way it feathered out those glittery shards looked really pretty as well. So here you go, you can see I'm sort of patting it, tapping it, pushing it to get a nice neat cuticle, and then I'm just pulling it down, just using sort of the tip of my brush just to pull the colour down the nail and so it fades out. I think if I was using any other colour I'd have been annoyed, but because just how that glitter comes out, I loved it. On the that's the middle finger, yeah, middle finger, I'm using, what's it called? Oh, I've got it written down next to me. Raven, from the Cuticle, as the second colour of this ombre. This didn't need to be perfect because I was already decided I was going to go over top of this with a chrome, but I wanted it to be okay. By that I wanted it to be perfect. So you see I'm just fading it down over top of that colour. Because it's painted on so thin, you can go back into the first colour. Look, I just did that. You can go back into Catherine and just work on that blend a little bit if you felt you needed to, or if I felt I needed to, which I did. But you're not really going to see this. This is sort of background colour that's really in the background. On the ring finger, I'm taking these three colours and I'm doing a marble. Now this was probably not the easiest cover acrylic to do a marble with, purely because of those sort of flaky shardy glitter pieces. So it was a bit but saying that, I loved it, and I also think it reminded me of Raspberry Ripple ice cream, which I used to love. My grandma always used to get Raspberry Ripple ice cream. I absolutely loved it. I mean, it looked like Raspberry Ripple ice cream when it's melted and you've mixed it all up, but not fully melted. It's still a bit chunky. I don't know, I'm waffling, but I knew in my head what it looked like. But so I wouldn't necessarily recommend using Primrose for a marble. But it didn't look too bad in the end. It worked relatively wet, as I do for marble, but it's just that glittery shards in that one that made it harder to work with. But yeah, I mean, it all came out in the wash, so nothing wrong with that. And I put some glitter on. So for glitter, I have got Orla. Orla was from the recent Urban collection. It was the plummy glitter. I loved it. And then I'm going to mix in a little bit of Rose Bling from the Nail Team Sparkling Glitters collection. I just thought they were really nice together. So what I did was pick up a bead of Orla, because that is a glitter acrylic mix, and then I just dipped my brush ever so slightly into Rose Bling, popped it on the nail, gave it a little bit of a swirly whirly round to mix the two glitters together, and then just pulling it out to create a swoosh. Normally I would want to cover most of that blend, but because of the those shardy glitters in the cover powder and how they pulled out when I blended the blended the acrylic out, I wasn't too worried. It all worked. So here you can see I'm just pulling it down on one side and then I'll go up on the other side. Standard swoosh. So just then using the very tip of my brush, just tap it and push it and poke it into place if I wasn't particularly happy with it where it was, and then just added a little touch of glitter to my marble as well. So I just went for in the middle, and then I realised that I'd done my marble sort of all over the place going one way, but I did my swooshes on the other nails going the opposite way, and I got a little bit annoyed, but I didn't worry about it in the end. I did think about doing sort of 3 little swooshes, but I didn't particularly like it. So watch, I'm going to wipe it all away, but I'm just going to allow a few little dots of glitter. I don't know, I'm waffling. But that is this design pretty much done in terms of laying the acrylic and the glitter down. Just feathering out that glitter a little bit more. Now I need to encapsulate this design in clear acrylic. So make sure all the colour, the glitter, everything is fully covered, apex structure. Then we're going to file these nails to shape ready to finish this design off. This raspberry ripple design, that's what I'm going to call it now. So these nails are now all filed. We need to finish them off. First things first, we're going to dusty dust. Get rid of any dust, fluff. I say this every time, so you should know by now. And then give them a wipe over with a lint-free wipe and some cleanser, just to get rid of anything else or any oils that I might transfer. And now I'm going to go in with Teen Top just on the middle finger, that ombre that I did, that I said I was going to put some chrome on. So just applying a nice coat of this over the entire nail. I think I'm still using that nearly empty bottle of top coat that I used in the previous video, so it's taken me a lot longer than it should have done to top coat these nails, or this nail, as you can see. And then once it's fully covered, want to make sure it's all fully covered, I'm going to pop in the lamp to cure for 60 seconds. Let's just make sure I didn't have any fluff there. And then from the Nail Team Chrome collection, I've got Veyron. I think that's how you say it. Someone might correct me, but this is a beautiful rosy chrome. And then I'm just going to use my finger to rub it in to that warm top coat. You could use a silicone tool, an eyeshadow applicator, anything else. I've got finger and it works just as well, so that's what I like to use. So give it a really good rub in, and then I'm going to top coat it again straight away. Just this nail, and that's because I'm going to add some crystals. If I wasn't going to add crystals and just leave it like this, I'd have top coated all of them. Once that is cured, I'm going to apply some crystals. I have got the new Gems Preciosa mixes. This is Amelia. This is a beautiful, it's got some rosy coloured, some pinky coloured one. I tell you what, let's tip them out and you can see instead of me trying to remember off the top of my head. Look at that mix. It's so pretty. Not sure why I just covered them. And I'm using the Crystal Nails Gem Glue. Can't remember what it's actually called, but I'm using that to apply them to the nail. Now, as I was about to get started, I decided I needed a few more colours, so I also grabbed Molly. This is another one of the Gems Preciosa mixes. If you head over to my Instagram or my TikTok, I've got some videos and pictures of all the Gems mixes that were released several weeks ago. This has got similar colours but slightly darker as well, and I thought a mix of the two would be perfect for this design. Luckily that gem glue, whatever it's called, gem gel, won't dry until it's popped in the lamp to cure, so I was able to get straight back into it. And I'm doing, it's almost like a bit of a necklacey type shape, so I've started in the middle, sort of third of the way down the nail, then I'm just going up either side to the key. Why am I telling you? You can see. I'm just so used to explaining everything, but it's Plum crystals. Use the other end of my pickup tool just to prod them, poke them, move them back into place. If you're a bit worried about them moving, you could do a bit flash cure, do a bit more flash cure, then finish. I have applied them all. I'm giving them a quick flash cure, then I fully cured them in the lamp, which you didn't see, and now I'm going to top coat all of these nails with Miss Tina. So this design is now going to come back to life. Oh my word, it was so sparkly, it was shimmery, it had so many different glitters in there that it was just like, wow. That chrome, those crystals, we're not going to go over top of those. We are just going to push that Tina Top brush right up to them. I'm also going to add, I got a new bottle of Tina Top out. I like to get the very dregs out if I can. But it was getting a bit, no I didn't, I lied, look, you can tell. I'm still trying to get, it's still got quite a bit in it, but it was just down the bottom. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm just getting right up to the top coat, to the crystals with the top coat, going in with a brush as well. I did clean around the cuticle of this nail, getting the excess chrome off, but I did that off camera. So you can see, getting in with the brush, this allows me to just really get up and in any nooks and crannies. And then I'm going to finish top coating the other nails. And then that's this Plum Marble Raspberry Ripple design completed. And here they are, fully cured and done, and I really did love this design, even that marble that was really difficult just because of that cover acrylic that I used. I loved how this design turned out. It is definitely one of my favourites that I did for autumn. I love the colours, I love the glitters, I really love it. But I'd love to know what you think of this design, so please let me know in the comments down below. As always, I will put product details, links in the description box, and don't forget, if you're going to go shopping at the Nail Team, use my discount code Helen5, that's lowercase Helen 5, all one word, for 5% off all full priced items. Please give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new or you haven't yet done so, please click subscribe, and I will be back with another design very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Mwah.